All right, back for another beer review, and today I'm going to be reviewing a beer from Breakaway Beerworks, and they're out of Manchester, New Hampshire, and this is their Rise Double IPA. So this is a double IPA that comes in at 8.55% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in the time of review. This beer is just over 6 weeks old. So first things first, I want to give a huge thanks to a good friend of mine and fellow beer tuber, Jesse, over at Bumpy Road Brewery. He hooked me up with this one, so thank you very much, good sir. I'll post a link in the description box to both Jesse's channel and the beer mail unboxing video I did of the goodies he sent my way. If you haven't checked out Jesse's channel, highly recommend doing so. He has a nice mixture of homebrewing content along with what he likes to call beer tastings, not reviews, of New Hampshire-centric beers, and he does a great job, so go and check him out if you haven't already. So this is a beer that he actually did a tasting on his channel of, and he was really digging on this one, and he sent one my way, and I'm ready to get into it. So yeah, it says on the side here, though, it is brewed by Breakaway Beerworks at Great North Ale Works, Manchester, New Hampshire. So I guess Breakaway Beerworks is it uses a contract brewer to brew at, I'd imagine. That would be my guess. Maybe not. Maybe I'm way off base, and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. That's most likely, because that's how I roll. Anyway, let's get this in the glass, see what we got going on here. So this is pouring out like your old school double IPAs, baby. I can get down with that. Some old school double IPAs for sure. Really like the label too. Really nice. Nice Phoenix on there. Anyway, we'll turn this around. So yeah, this pours out a really nice, straight on orange color. It is slightly hazy. You can't really see through it. I mean, a little bit. There's some light coming through it and whatnot, but has very fine particulates in there. About a finger, half finger of a bright white head, looking relatively creamy, some big bubbles, smaller bubbles, but plays the role of like an old school double IPA. This is not New England style. Anyway, let's get a nose on it. Oh, that's really nice. So there's this nice underlying like crackery, biscuity malt component to this one. But then there's a really nice punch of citrus. I'm getting more of like a Tangelo in here. Grapefruit as well. A little bit of like a peach and apricot twang. There is a like distinct earthiness. I'm not picking up on really like any pine resin or like a distinct dankness or anything. It's more of to the earthy side of things. It does have a nice sweetness to it. It definitely feels like it's going to be a double IPA that brings the sweetness. But yeah, really, so it's going to be sweeter, but I like that the actual, well, I was going to say the taste. I haven't tasted it yet, but the aroma is very well balanced between the fruit character, the malt character, and then you get a little bit of that earthiness as well. So yeah, it smells like a very well-balanced double IPA. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone, and thanks again, Jesse. What is that? The first taste, it hit me with a distinct fruit. That's mango. Yeah, mango. So first thing I get is a shit ton of mango. Like that's why I went back, because I was like, oh, definitely mango. Has like the peppery mango skin mixed in with the flesh. A lot of mango in this one. No indication on the nose that there'd be a ton of mango. The mouthfeel itself and the body. Higher side of medium body, has a nice heft behind it, 8.55% alcohol by volume. I love when they go with the extra decimal. The mouthfeel, it's effervescent, it's crisp. This is not a New England style double IPA, so it doesn't have like the soft, smooth, creamy, luscious, pillowy mouthfeel that you would expect. It has a proper mouthfeel for just a straight up double IPA. On the taste though, big mango. As it passes through the palate, there is a little bit of like resinous pine that kicks in, like mid-palate. A little bit of that earthiness I was talking about. And it finishes basically bone dry with a moderate bitterness. So this one skews more towards the bittering aspect, which is weird because I thought the nose would be like, hey, there's a lot of sweetness here from that malt bill. And there totally is sweetness up front, but on the back end, it kind of just dries out and you're left with like a bittering finish, which is fine with me. I like bitter beers at this point. There is an underlying like more of a biscuity malt component. Definitely picking up on the malt. I don't think it has anything to do with the age. I do remember, I think, and don't quote me on this, I usually know what the hell I'm talking about, but Jesse mentioned that that I think he picked up on the malt was like one of the first things. I can't remember exactly what malt components he was talking about, if it was biscuity and cracker or something else, like, you know, white bread or whatever. But it does have a nice balance to between the malt, between the hops. There's a lot of fruit character up front, but you also get the malt character. And I do like the fact that I'm picking up on the earthiness. There is a nice bitterness here. This is a very well-balanced double IPA. Nothing more, nothing less for me. That said, I'm going to give it an appropriate rating. So Rise double IPA from Breakaway Beerworks. I'm going to give this a solid. I'm going to give it a solid 4 out of 5. I'm really enjoying this one. I like the fact that it has a nice balance between all the flavors, and I do dig the bitterness. I was thinking this was going to skew more sweet than bitter, but I'm really digging the fact that this is finishing a bit more bitter, and I like that. And at 8.55%. Once you get into the double IPA range, triple IPA range, I feel like so many of those beers become too sweet for me. By the time I finish the can, I'm like, oh man, it's just, you know, I'm done. This one, I can pound out this can. I have no problem doing so. I'm enjoy every second of it. So 4 out of 5 for Rise Double IPA from Breakaway Beerworks. Really do enjoy this one. Love to try more from them. So appreciate it's Jesse sending this one my way. Thanks again, good sir. I do appreciate it, and appreciate everybody else stopping by for another beer review. And until the next one, cheers.